I'm Julie Skoda, and welcome to day 4 of our pastel painting challenge with Unison. We got a lot accomplished so far, but we're kind of at that stage where it looks a little bit of a mess. It's it's not that great, but we've got some nice color and shapes, but we've got a lot more to go. So today we're going to start defining some of these shapes a little bit more, add more color, more layers, and using those layers to get soft and hard edges where we need it. I don't like to finger blend, that's just me. I think it gets a little muddy and neutral sometimes when I do that, and I like the freshness of the color and the layers as they build and blend on their own. So let's get started with this next phase. Okay, so I'm kind of having fun with the sky, and I think I want to go back and add a little bit more depth of color. It is nice how it's a little bit lighter and everything with my value plan, but I've got these great, nice colors here that I think I want to go back and really get a little bit more value in there. I am going to use my ruler. I actually just went up there a little bit, but it's nice to have a really nice straight horizon line. It always kind of bugs me if it doesn't go perfectly straight. So just to get that back, that's the only part of the painting that really is straight anywhere. So, so I'm gonna get a little bit more of this purpley periwinkle color laid in. And then we move into more of a little bit more of a warmer blue with it. Now these colors are similar in value, so look how beautiful they look together. They layer really nicely, and we get a nice, soft, subtle transition of color. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this color in the sky. Like I said, I start dark to light, and this I feel did get a little bit too light, but this is working okay to layer a value darker on top and still not get it to be too muddy. Occasionally, with some pastels, this doesn't work very well, but with the Unison pastels, I'm not having any problem with that. I really like this blue. It feels more like a Florida blue. It feels a little bit more tropical. It's kind of a turquoisey blue. And it looks really nice with the purple value for the clouds. Just love how these colors are working together. We'll go back and lighten it again a little bit, but I want to get some of this nice value in right now. But already it's just starting to blend on its own a little bit. I only have 2 or 3 layers of pastel in this area. So it's just a really nice way to get a little bit more color and really subtle value shifts. This is starting to be really pretty. This has got a little bit of a pink in the purple, so I've got 3 different colors together that are just working together really nicely. I've really enjoyed working with this set. Go just a little bit lighter as we get closer to the land. And we get a little bit lighter. Get down to that horizon line. Still trying to let a little of that peachy color peek through. Break this up again with just a little bit lighter value. I'm not going to put the clouds in, but we'll get a little variation that gives us a little indication subtly of cloud shapes. All right, so we worked that area pretty much. I think we're going to move on to the trees. I've got some nice darks in already, and I had that reddish purpley underpainting. I'm going to go ahead and just add a few touches of that color back in. A lot of this will get covered, but I want to get an idea of how the tree turns. Now, we all know trees have tree trunks and branches, but they're not on top. So I'm putting this in, but I'm going to put the leaf shapes on top of that. This, I don't want to just see the branches, but occasionally a little bit peeking through is nice. Breaking up these shapes a little bit. We don't want everything even. I'm twisting, still using that broad edge of my stick. It's really not till I get towards the end that I'll start using little tips and edges for some detail. So a little of this is still exposed. I'm going to go back with a little bit of this navy blue. Actually, that's a couple spots here. A little bit more pressure as we're getting to these layers. Okay, that's enough for that area right now. Let's play around with some of these grassy areas. We have the brightness here. It got a little too bright, I think, or yellowy. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of this bright green to it. It's in the background, so you aren't gonna see as much detail. The foreground will have more detail of the grasses, so it's just more of an indication. Hit a few bright spots on the back is nice. Okay, now we're gonna get into some more of these neutral values. I really love this color. It's probably one of my favorite. But you can see with a little bit deeper layer underneath and how it's hitting into this warmer green, just breaking up these shapes a little bit, changing the direction again. I love these little plants that are growing in this area. It's pretty flat right now, so we're gonna brighten it with this really pretty blue that's in the sky too, but the tops of them are hitting some sunlight, so I just want a little bit more brightness in that area. Getting a few angular marks. This is that shadow edge that we're gonna break that up a little bit. A little bit darker value of it. So I've got three colors, 3 values in this section, just starting to break up these shapes just a little bit. Okay, so we've worked on that area enough. I don't want to overdevelop any area too quickly. I like to work the whole page. Go back into this foreground, letting some of that really dark color show through. Now you can do some little bit of line work in here. I don't want everything straight up and down and breaking into different directions, longer, shorter, just to break that area up a little bit. Same thing with these grasses. We can have a lot of fun with those. This is that neutral plummy color. And just kind of do some line work in different directions here. Breaking that area up a little bit. We'll get a little brighter and lighter with, I think we can use even a little bit of a yellowy color, a little bit brighter, brighten that. You can break this edge across here so it's not so straight. So it's pressure uneven, different directions. Things don't grow straight up and down. There's usually some wind blowing. I might even put a little bit of this yellow in the sky up here, just on this, along the horizon line, along with that peach color for a little echo. Get a little bit of it over here. We can even get some of this really pale color into the sand, pale yellow with that gold. Maybe a little bit of the peachiness. Okay, so I think we've got enough for today. Tomorrow we're going to finish up and we'll get really detailed and have a nice finish to this painting.